All right,
I
so
mean, so like,
go ahead.
oh, well, you want to tee it up? Yeah, tee
Yeah,
it up.
yeah, yeah. So Max and I are talking about this idea that we've got to do these pie charts on a bunch of different crypto projects that show you what percentage goes to investors, what percentage goes to deployers or participants, what percentage goes to whatever, staking, voting, whatever. So you can look at a project and get a quick picture. And we're debating kind of whether or not it's a good idea or if it actually indicates anything or if it's just pretty pictures.
Yeah, you could honestly you could argue it either way, right? Like if it's a project where the founding team gets like a shitload of tokens, you're like, fuck this. Why would I do a bunch of work for them?
Yep.
And they're keeping an outsized amount of the rewards. But like something we've done, we have token positions in some of these projects through our consulting. Is like the more these projects push back on how many tokens they want to give us, the more we see that as a good sign of, I guess, like how bullish are they on their own token,
Yeah.
right? Because if they're like, fine, fucking take, it's like the Simpsons thing. There's a old Simpsons episode where like they have all the internet companies and Bart's standing there and the guy's like, yeah, while you're standing there, help yourself to some stock, and it's like a piece, like it's a roll of toilet paper, and he's just rolling it out. Like
Yeah.
it's the same type of thing. Like those guys don't care about what equity they give up, in the internet days, and now it's like for
Because they
the
don't think it's
teams
worth
that don't
anything.
really. Right. So exactly. So for the teams that just give away tokens because they don't care or whatever. Um, so you could look at it that way. If they don't care, and why should you care about their token if like they don't care?
Yep.
But on the other aspect of it, it's like why should I do all this work and get such a small piece of the pie? It's interesting. I don't know the correct answer here,
Yeah.
but
I think the thing to do is let's draw them all up. Let's take a look at what they look like across the projects and see how they kind of lay out. And I think then come up with kind of what the takeaway is from there. My guess is the takeaway is going to be like, hey, look at their incentives. Don't worry so much about their pie chart unless it's egregiously crazy. But even then, I think
right.
we got one that we're looking at where the pie chart is a ton of tokens is going to the founding team. And it's like, yeah, I think they have one of the best chances of anyone we've talked to actually do anything. So yeah, it'll be cool to see how it all falls out with across a ton of companies.
Yeah, and then the other thing is like because there's multiple avenues here. The private company that's running this can sell their equity, but like we'll use Nova Labs as an example. When they sold whatever it was $200 million worth of equity, like didn't affect me at all. Didn't affect the HNT price theoretically. Um, so if they care more, and I'm just using I'm not using helium as an example here. Just helium and is just an example of something that happened where you could sell equity, you could sell tokens.
Yep.
Um, if these companies care more about their equity having value rather than their token having value, why do you want their token?
Right.
So you kind of want to look at who cares about their token having value, but also who's not going to jam a whole bunch of Ponzi-nomics into it. I mean, we were very early into this shit, and who knows? I don't have an opinion either way, but like, I'm sure it's a fine line somewhere, and we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Worth putting out the open. Cool. I like that one.